Hello students, today we will be solving the IB Math AA till November 2023 paper 3 question number 2. You will be getting the other solved past paper questions, that is the question number 1 of this paper and of the other papers, other questions of the other papers in form of playlist on my channel NS Online Math Tutoring Classes. You will also be getting playlists where the solved past paper questions will be available based on their topics. You will be getting a playlist related to complex numbers. There will be another playlist related to differential calculus, third related to integral calculus, and so on. I'm Nilanjana Sanyal. I'm an online IB Math EA HL level tutor. In case you want to join my sessions, please contact me for more details. My phone number and my website address are displayed at the bottom of the screen. So without any further delay, let us start answering question number 2. The maximum mark is 31. This question begins by asking you to examine families of curves that intersect every member of another family of curves at right angles. You will then examine a family of curves that intersects every member of another family of curves at an acute angle alpha. Subpart A is saying, consider a family of straight lines L with equation y equal to mx, where m is a parameter. Each member of L intersects every member of a family of curves C at right angles. Note, in parts I, and I, the three further subparts of this subpart A, you are not required to consider the case where x equal to 0. Coming to the subpart I, write down an expression for the gradient of L is equal to y equal to mx. This is the equation for the family of straight lines L. So gradient of L in terms of x and y, it is containing just a single mark. So A and I, gradient will be m. Okay. So in terms of x and y, so m will be equal to y over x. This is the gradient. Okay. Coming to I. Hence, show that the gradient of C is given by dy by dx equal to negative x over y. This is also containing a single mark. Okay. So, and C is at right angles to this family of straight lines L. Okay. So, dy by dx for equal to y over x for L. Okay. Since C is at right angles, C is another family of curves. C is at right angles to L. Therefore, the gradient of C dy by dx will be equal to negative, it will be the negative reciprocal, so it will be negative 1 over y over x, which is equal to negative x over y. Okay. So, this will be the gradient of C. Shown. Okay. I. By solving the differential equation dy by dx equal to negative x over y, show that the family of curves C has equation x square plus y square equal to k, where k is a parameter. It is containing just 2 marks. Okay, fine. I. dy by dx is equal to negative x over y. Therefore, I can write this as y. I'm just separating the variables, so it is y dy equal to minus x dx. And I can integrate both the sides. So this is equal to, it is containing just 2 marks. So you can put the integral sign over here only. You don't have to write one more step previously. That is y dy equal to minus x dx. And then in the next statement, you put the integral signs. You can directly put the integral sign in this step. Okay. So this is y square over 2 is equal to negative x square over 2 plus c. And we are multiplying the entire equation by 2. So we get y square equal to negative x square plus 2c, or x square plus y square is equal to k. K is equal to 2c. Okay. Shown. Fine. A family of curves has equation y square equal to 4a square minus 4ax, where e is a positive real parameter. A second family of curves has equation y square equal to 4b square plus 4bx, where b is a positive real parameter. Subpart B's question is, consider the case where e equal to 2 and b equal to 1 on the same set of axes. Sketch the curves y square equal to 16 minus 8x, because e is equal to 2. So 2 square equal to 4. So 4 times 4 is 16, and this is 4 times 2 is 8. So it is 16 minus 8x, and b is equal to 1. Hence 4 times 1 square is 4, and this is 4 times 1 times x. So it is 4 plus 4x. Okay. On your sketch, clearly label each curve and any x intercepts. Note, you are not required to find the coordinates of any points of intersection of the two curves. It is containing 3 marks. And since it is a paper 3 question, we may use the calculator for getting the graphs. But there is one problem, because it is y square equal to 16 minus 8x. Okay. So how to sketch the graph? Because for inputting the function expression, it is y equal to some expression containing x. But over here, we are having y square equal to 16 minus 8x. So what we can do is, we can write y. I'm writing y1 as the first set and y2 as the second set. So y1 will be equal to plus minus 16 minus 8x. Okay. So we will be sketching the positive square root once and then the negative square root. Okay. Similarly for y2, it will be plus minus 4 plus 4x. So now we go to the calculator, and then it is the graph. First of all, I have to get the square root, and it is 16 minus 8x. 8x, enter, and then I will be getting negative square root 16 minus 8x. Enter. So this is the graph, the entire graph of this y square equal to 16 minus 8x. Okay. Similarly, we have to get the graph for y square equal to 4 plus 4x. But first of all, let us know the intersection point of this. Okay. So I can go to the analyze graph, and then intersection, or 0, rather it is a 0. So I can take this one. And which graph? Okay, let me take the blue colored one. it is 2, 0. Okay, because we need the x-axis intercepts. And then we will be drawing the other two graphs. So I have to go to tab again, and then I have to take the positive square root, and it is 4 plus 4x. Okay, and then I have to take the negative square root. Again 4 plus 4x. Sorry. 4 plus 4x. Fine. We have got the second graph. So I have to get the 0 of this as well. So I go to analyze graph number 6 and then 0 number 1. And which graph? Maybe this one. And this is, you see, minus 1, 0. Okay. So because we need these two coordinates, set of coordinates. Okay. And now we have to sketch this. So these are the two graphs. I have drawn them using two different colors. In case you have a blue pen and a black pen, you can use them for drawing these two graphs. Or else you may use the single pen and you have to label the graphs clearly and you have to mark the x-axis intercepts as well. Okay. Coming to the subpart C. By solving y square equal to 4a square minus 4ax and y square equal to 4b square plus 4bx simultaneously, show that these curves intersect at the points M with x coordinate a minus b and the y coordinate as 2 times root ab, and another point N with the x coordinate as a minus b and the y coordinate as negative 2 times root ab. Okay. Fine, it is containing 6 marks. Okay, fine. So subpart C. Y square, let me write the two equations first. 4a square minus 4ax and y square equal to 4b square plus 4bx. So you can number the equations, and then after this you have, this implies 4a square minus 4ax, because the left hand side of both the equations are the same. It is equal to y square. So I can equate the right hand side. So 4a square minus 4x equal to 4b square plus 4bx. I am trying to get the x coordinate first. So this is equal to 4bx plus 4ax. I am adding 4ax to both the sides and I am subtracting 4b square from both the sides. Okay. So addition of 4ax is giving me this, and subtraction of 4b square will be giving me 4a square minus 4b square. Okay. And I can divide the entire equation by 4. So it is, and I can take x common. So it is b plus a or a plus b. I have first of all divided the entire equation by 4. So these coefficients get cancelled. And then I am taking the x as the common factor between these two terms, and it will be b plus a. I am writing a plus b. And this is equal to, the right side is equal to a square minus b square. So x is equal to a square minus b square over a plus b. But they are giving us the x coordinate as a minus b. So what can be done? We will be factorizing the numerator. It is a plus b times a minus b over a plus b, so that we can cancel these two and we will be having the x value as x equal to a plus b. Okay. So this, sorry, a minus b. A minus b. Okay. So this will be the x coordinate. What about the y coordinate? This will be the x coordinate for the intersection point of these two graphs, these two family of curves. And then I need the y coordinate. So I can substitute a minus b in any of these two. Let me take the very first one. So therefore, y square equal to 4a square minus 4ax implies y square equal to 4a square minus 4a times a minus b, which is equal to 4a square minus 4a square plus 4ab. So these two will be getting cancelled and we have y square equal to 4ab. Therefore, y equal to plus minus 2 times square root of a times b. Okay. So therefore, points of intersection m a minus b, comma, it is the positive value 2 times square root of ab and m n, this is n, a minus b, comma, negative 2 times square root of ab. Okay. So, shown. Okay. Coming to Sapadi at point M. M is having these coordinates. Show that the curves y square equal to 4a square minus 4ax and y square equal to 4b square plus 4bx intersect at right angles, that is containing 5 marks. Okay. So, D. First of all, we have to get the gradients so that we can see that we will be seeing whether the products of the two gradients is equal to -1. If the product is equal to -1, then we can say they are intersecting at right angles. Okay. So first of all, let us get the gradients. Y square equal to 4a square minus 4ax. We will be doing implicit differentiation. So it is 2y dy by dx is equal to 4a square. This is a constant term. Its derivative will be equal to 0 and we will be having the differentiation of negative 4ax with respect to x is giving us this minus 4a as the result. Okay. So therefore, dy by dx is equal to negative 4a over 2y, which is equal to negative 2a over y at point M. Dy by dx is equal to negative 2a over the y value, it is y. So in place of y, I will be writing this y coordinate. It is 2 square root of ab. These two will be getting cancelled and we will be having negative. This can be written as root a whole square. So this is minus root a over b. Okay. This is the gradient of the first set of family of curves at the point M. Let us come to the next set. It is 4b square plus 4bx. Again, implicit differentiation is equal to 4b. So, dy by dx is equal to 4b over 2y. So, this is equal to 2b over y. At point M, dy by dx is equal to 2b over this 2 times root ab. These two will be getting cancelled, and this is actually root b whole square. So, this can be written as root b over a. Okay. Since negative root a over b times root b over a is equal to negative 1, therefore, they intersect at right angles. At right angles. Okay. In subpart C, we have divided with A plus B. Actually, it is containing 6 marks. So, I think that, and they have said E is a positive real number and B is a positive real number. So, it is better to clarify, to give them the justification of why can we divide by A plus B. How can we do that? Because A plus B will not be equal to 0. Okay. So, since A is greater than 0 is a positive real number and B is greater than 0. Consider two families of curves F and G, capital F and capital G. The gradient of capital F is denoted by the small f. This is a function of x and y. And the gradient of capital G is denoted by small g. This is also a function of x and y. Each member of F intersects every member of G at an acute angle alpha. It can be shown that G of x comma y, G is a function of x comma x and y, and it is the gradient, so it is basically dy by dx. Okay, so this is equal to f of x comma y plus tan alpha over 1 minus f of x comma y times tan alpha. In part E, subpart E, consider the specific case where this gradient function of f is equal to negative x over y for x not equal to 0, y not equal to 0, and alpha equal to pi over 4. Subpart E is having two further subparts. The i's question is show that g of x comma y, that is the dy by dx, is equal to y minus x over y plus x. Okay, so let me start from this point E and I. G x comma y is equal to, in place of f, I will be writing negative x over y plus tan pi over 4, because alpha is pi over 4, divided by 1 minus x over y times tan pi over 4. And tan pi over 4 is 1. Okay. So, therefore, g of x comma y is equal to negative x plus y plus 1 over 1 and this is minus of minus is plus, and times by 1 is the same thing. So 1 plus x over y. So this is minus x plus y over y divided by y plus x over y. So g x comma y is equal to, these two y's will be getting cancelled and you will be having y minus x over y plus x. Okay? Shown. I. Hence, by solving the homogeneous differential equation dy by dx equal to y minus x over y plus x, find a general equation that represents this family of curves capital G. Give your answer in the form of h. It is also a function of x comma y equal to d, where d is a parameter. It is containing 9 marks. Okay. Okay, so I'm starting my answer from this point, and dy by dx is equal to y minus x over y plus x. And they have said that it is a homogeneous differential equation, so I do not have to prove that it is a homogeneous differential equation. Okay, so let y equal to vx. Therefore, dy by dx is equal to v. I am using the chain rule, product rule. So v plus x dv over dx. Okay. So now I will be substituting in this equation. So in place of dy by dx, this is 1. Let me write. So from 1, in place of dy by dx, I will be writing v plus x dv by dx. And in place of y, I will be writing vx. I'll be keeping the x as it is because now we are having two variables. One is v and the other is x. So x should be substituted. Don't write x equal to y over v. Okay. So vx minus x over vx plus x. Okay. So it is, let me start from here. V plus x dv by dx is equal to, I am taking x common, it is v minus 1 over x v plus 1. Okay, and I can cancel the x. Again, x is not equal to 0, therefore I can have x in the denominator since x is not equal to 0. Okay, and then I can write x dv by dx is equal to v minus 1 over v plus 1 minus v. I am subtracting v from both the sides. So this is equal to v minus 1, and v times v is minus v square and minus v over v plus 1. I'm making v plus 1 the common denominator for both the terms, and I'm writing them together. Okay, so this and this, they will be getting cancelled. So I am having x dv by dx is equal to negative 1 negative v square over v plus 1. Okay, so this can be written as negative v square plus 1 over v plus 1. And now I can separate the variables. I can write this as v plus 1 over v square plus 1 dv equal to negative 1 over x dx. Okay. And then I can get the integral of both the sides. So this is, for this I can write this as, I can separate these two. Integral v over v square plus 1 dv plus integral of 1 over, or I can write 1 plus v square dv equal to negative 1 over x dx integral. Okay. And for this, I can actually use the substitution method. I can take, let t be equal to v square plus 1. So dt by dv will be equal to 2v, or dv will be equal to dt over 2v. Okay. So if you can do the integration in one step, it is very good. Or else you can just separate the terms and do the integration separately. So this is, I am substituting v over t and dt over 2v. These two will be getting cancelled, and this one will be tan inverse of v, or arctan of v. So plus arctan of v, and this one is equal to negative ln of x. I'll be writing the plus c a little later. So this is equal to half ln of t, and t is equal to v square plus 1. So I can write 1 plus v square without the modulus, the absolute value notation, because v square will be a positive number and 1 plus v square is positive. So I can ignore the magnitude, the absolute value notation, and then I can plus arctan of v equal to negative ln of x plus c. This time I am writing the c. Y was equal to vx. So since I have to bring back the x and y, v is equal to what? V is equal to y over x. Okay. So I can write this as half ln of 1 plus v square is y square over x square plus arctan of y over x plus ln of x is equal to, okay, let me not take c because they have used the d, so let me use d. This is the constant of integration, so this is d. Okay. So this is the h of y, h of x comma y. Okay. Now coming to the last part of this question, by considering limit alpha tends to pi over 2 tan alpha, show that for all finite f x comma y, that is the gradient of the family of functions capital F, limit alpha tends to pi over 2 g of x comma y, that was this one. Oh, this was not, sorry, this was a special case. This was the general expression. This is equal to negative 1 over x of x comma y. Okay, let us first of all write this one, g, this equal to this plus f plus tan alpha equal to this. Okay, fine. So it is subpart F. First of all, let me write this one. This is equal to f of x comma y plus tan alpha over 1 minus f of x comma y times tan alpha. Okay, now I have to take the limit. So now I am just adding the limit part. Alpha tends to pi over 2. And this side also limit alpha tends to pi over 2. Okay. And when alpha tends to pi over 2, they are saying by considering limit alpha tends to pi over 2 tan alpha. As alpha tends to pi over 2, tan alpha value just goes on increasing tremendously. We say it is infinity. Infinity is not any number. It just goes on increasing tremendously without any bounds. Okay. So, therefore, I will not be taking tan alpha. I will be taking 1 over tan alpha, which will be equal to 0, which will be extremely small, and we can consider the value to be equal to 0. Okay. So, for that, I'll be dividing both the numerator and the denominator by tan alpha because I need 1 over tan alpha. So this is 1 over tan alpha times f of x comma y plus tan alpha over tan alpha divided by 1 over tan alpha minus f of x comma y tan alpha over tan alpha. Okay. And limit alpha tends to pi over 2, 1 over tan alpha is equal to 0. Okay. So therefore, limit alpha tends to pi over 2, g of x comma y is equal to, this is equal to 0, 0 times this f of x comma y will be equal to 0. So the numerator will be 1. Tan alpha over tan alpha, it is 1. So it is 1, or I can write 0 plus 1 over, since I'm not having alpha anymore, I'm not writing limit for the right hand side. It is 0 minus f of x comma y times 1. Therefore, limit alpha tends to pi over 2, g of x comma y is equal to negative 1 over f of x comma y. Okay, this is what I think this was the expression. Yes. So we have shown this. Okay. So this brings us to the end of this question and of this paper. Thank you for staying with me till the end. Please like this video in case you like my explanation, and please share this video with your friends so that even they can get benefited by watching my video. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It will be motivating me. And also this liking and sharing and subscribing will tell the YouTube that my videos are worth watching. So the YouTube will be sharing my videos to more number of students. So you will not only be helping me, you will be helping other students as well. And we meet again very soon in our next session. We'll be starting with a new paper. Till then, bye.